Okay, let's talk about a few ways to add content to your Idraw pages. So you notice I have my toolbar on the right. It shows me a counter of what page I'm on. I'm on page 1 of 7. I can also confirm that going to my view note list, where it shows thumbnails of all the pages I have. I'm on 1 of 7. So the easiest way to add content is to make sure in the drawing tools your pen is selected. I choose a pen color, and I'm just going to choose black, and I'm going to choose a thickness. Let's start with 5, and I'm just going to add my notes. Of course, it doesn't do anything to clean up your handwriting, as you can tell. My handwriting isn't the neatest. I'm actually doing this on September 4th. I pick up a pen and I write. Notice when I turn off that pen tool and I use the select tool, now that becomes, each of those notes becomes an object that I can move or manipulate. I should be able to highlight everything at once and move it at once. I'm going to turn the pen off, highlight. So ink is, using ink is the easiest way to add content. I'm going to turn to the next page. Notice I have my blackboard here, or my green board. I'm going to choose a color that shows up. So again, I can use this to create content, and here I'm just going to use it to create a quick Venn diagram. Maybe you're using that if you're analyzing characters from a book. I'm going to go to the next page, and another way to add content, so ink is one. I'm going to go to my drawing tools. I'm going to use shape tool, and I'm going to do the same thing. Just click and drag to create a shape. And of course, it's not showing up because the last color I chose was white, so I'm going to choose a different color, green. And then we'll try that again. Previews, and now it creates a shape. Notice I created the shape that had just the outline, not the fill. If I use one with a fill, it will create the circle with the fill. So I'm going to select that. I can of course move that around, but from the menu icon, I can also delete that. So I'm going to go back to my circle with no fill, click and drag, and now I have my Venn diagram. And if I switch back to the pen, so from the shape, the pen tool, now I can also go back and write on that page. Turn the page again. I'm actually going to turn to some grid paper. I'm going to get rid of this cat here. Menu, delete. And I'm going to go to the drawing tools again. And there I'm going to choose a line tool, bi-directional line. I'll do it vertically as well. And I notice one of them is a little bit off, so I'm just going to move it slightly. Okay, so I can use this for mathematics. Go back to my pen tool. And maybe I'm going to use a thinner line, especially for you math teachers. This might be something that works better for you, where we're in drawing lines or making notes on that background. So we've talked about ink, we've talked about shapes, and a final way to add content, we're just going to go to this top icon where I was able to add pages and backgrounds, and we're going to go to clip art. And again, in clip art, there is a folder with categories. I can expand or collapse that little arrow. I'm going to go to the category I want, and here, let's just go to fall, and I can add a piece of clip art by clicking and dragging that onto the page, and then I can close that out. So pick up a pen and write, use shape tools, or add clip art.